This is what you need to know now. A deadly mid-air collision involving a Pennsylvania State Police helicopter. Frustration is mounting after tens of thousands of people are still without power after last week's storms. And the dramatic moment, a deck collapses as officers were about to serve a warrant. I'm Rachel Scott from ABC News. It is Thursday, August 20th, and here's the big story. The search for answers after a deadly mid-air collision at a Pennsylvania airport. State police say a Cessna coming into land veered sharply, striking a state police helicopter during a training exercise. The plane's pilot was killed. The helicopter lost its blades and tail, then rolled over and crashed. Two troopers were trapped inside, but one pushed out a window and pulled his bleeding partner to safety. Both troopers are expected to be okay.
Tonight could have been much worse. And I express to them, on behalf of all 13 million Pennsylvanians, how thankful we are for their service every day and how our prayers were all answered, that they are going to be okay.
Officials say the small airport in Carlisle does not have a control tower. Investigators are now working to determine what caused the collision. Now to the other story that we are following. North Korea launching a new barrage of missiles into the sea. South Korea says North Korea fired about 10 short-range ballistic missiles from the capital region today, targeting waters off its east coast. It comes one day after U.S. and South Korea announced they would scale back joint military drills. President Trump said it was intended to help improve relations with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. The president also says that he expects to meet with Kim later this year. In Ukraine, a Russian missile barrage has killed at least 14 people in the capital city of Kyiv. Ukrainian officials say the strikes hit 12 locations, damaging homes, a medical facility, and an educational institution. Emergency crews pulled people from the rubble as fires burned through residential buildings. Prince Harry and Meghan's return to the UK is prompting questions about their security and who exactly will pay for it. Prince Harry and Meghan are moving back to the UK within days. They left the UK 6 years ago for California. Security has long been Harry's biggest concern after the family's protection was downgraded when they stepped back from their royal duties. UK Prime Minister Andy Burnham was asked whether taxpayers would foot the bill for their security.
Meghan and Harry moving back to the UK from California. Is the government going to establish their security and pay for it?
Well, this is a private matter. It's a matter for Harry and for Meghan. And we wish them well in the move that they're making.
We are told the couple will not be working royals and will live privately outside of London. There's no official statement from Buckingham Palace, but a source tells ABC News the king is looking forward to seeing more of them as he continues his treatment for cancer. Back here in the U.S., a days-long power emergency is unfolding right now in Indiana. Tens of thousands of customers are still without power following last week's historic storms and flooding, and it could be days until some of them get power again. Alex Perez is on the ground in Gary, Indiana.
Rachel, it's been more than a week since those storms slammed Gary and northwest Indiana, and take a look. There are still downed trees and power lines across the area. Residents are desperate to get the power back on, and many feel the utility company is just not working quickly enough. Now, the utility company says they have been working around the clock. They have some 1,500 employees, including some from out of state, who have come in to get power back on, but for residents who are dealing with this situation, it has become very, very frustrating. The utility company compares the damage created by this storm to a Category 2 hurricane. They say they don't believe they'll be able to get power back on for almost all residents until about Tuesday. That will be a full 2 weeks since the storms hit the area.
Now to some quick hits, other stories that we are following here on ABC News. The FDA has upgraded its recall of some frozen blueberries and mixed berries over potential E.coli contamination. Publix announced the recall of 4 varieties under the brand Green Wise at their stores in 8 states. It's now a Class 1 recall associated with the highest health risk level. A wild scene out of Huntsville, Missouri. This wooden deck collapsed under the weight of nearly a dozen law enforcement officers during a warrant operation. 7 officers were treated and released from the hospital for their injuries. The U.S. Marshal Service says it was part of a larger operation that's resulted in the arrest of more than 330 sex offenders. A Southern California mail carrier is accused of attacking a beloved neighborhood peacock. Witnesses say he repeatedly went after the bird with a stick, landing a blow to its head. The bird is being treated by vets. The Postal Service has launched an investigation into the incident. And it was a dramatic finish in round 1 of the Little League World Series. In the bottom of the last inning, New Jersey's Mason Rinkin hit a walk-off home run, beating Massachusetts 2-1. New Jersey advances to play Westchester, Pennsylvania tomorrow night on ESPN. And finally, before you go, a woman who made a long trip to pick up her furry friend, who is quite the escape artist. Melissa Burris from Oklahoma has been missing her Australian Shepherd, Rio, for nearly 2 weeks. Then she received a call from Animal Services that he traveled 1,000 miles all the way to Greensboro, North Carolina. She immediately made the trip to go pick him up. She says it's an important lesson for pet owners to always have their pets microchipped. And that's what you need to know. For breaking news and live updates throughout the day, check out ABC News, streaming on Disney+. New episodes daily on Disney+.